Listen to me. Life tests are opportunities for you to enforce who you are and what you stand for. I want to talk about how we can stay true to ourselves when we feel like we're being tested or we're feeling triggered. I want to point out that life challenges are not just a coincidence. They come to you when they're specifically trying to get you to grow and elevate yourself if you choose to. So, if you are dealing with some sort of challenge right now, get excited because that means you're about to elevate or you're about to repeat a cycle. It's up to you. So, when we're being faced with things like manipulation, someone's trying to control you, somebody's trying to cross your boundaries, disrespect, imitation, rejection, there's two ways you can deal with feeling triggered. The first way is the negative route, which is the very emotional, impulsive route. And the second way is the divine route, which you're responding and you're reflecting with growth. So, when you're faced with challenges, it's really easy to let your emotions take over and be impulsive, whether that's lashing out with anger, you're trying to get revenge on somebody, you're doubting yourself, you're feeling very defensive. And all these reactions might feel justified in the moment, but what's happening when you do this is you're lowering your vibration to meet the challenge or the person where they're at. Because if you're operating at a higher frequency, you're able to drop your frequency to people. But when someone is low, and they're testing you, they can't reach higher. So they need to take you down to their level to get to you. So when you're lowering your vibration and you're meeting that challenge right there, you're practically handing over your power to them and you're completely pulling yourself out of alignment. Guys, trust me, I'm an Aries. I have some anger in me. In the past, I have been so impulsive, and every single time, it's almost like a betrayal to yourself. You feel like gross after, like, damn, why did I act like that? Because it brings you down to their level. A big test in my life right now is someone imitating my every single move, down to me on my bed, the same microphone, posting on the same days. And you might say, oh, imitation is the highest form of flattery. No, what it is annoying. So instead of draining your own energy with the negative emotions and losing sight of the bigger picture, you need to take the higher route and rise above it. And this is how you're going to do that. Because think about it, if you need to lower yourself to meet this challenge, that means that you are already above it. So, how can we stay there? I will say you do kind of have to know yourself and know what your values are. So, if you don't know what your values are right now, take a minute to figure that out. What are you going to stand firm on if you don't even know what you stand for? So, that's number one. So, you're feeling triggered. The first thing you're thinking is, why is this happening to me? This is so annoying. But nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. So you need to ask yourself, why is this happening for me right now? How can I show up as my best self? For me personally, if I pause before reacting and take a good 24 hours, then I know how I can show up the way that I want to and the way that's going to keep me at my highest self. You need to choose logic over your ego. If you choose the negative route and it feels good in the moment because you're like, yeah, I'm going to tell them how it is, all you're doing is feeding your ego and just pulling yourself out of alignment. So when you take a step back and you choose to reflect instead of react, you remind yourself, okay, what are my long term goals? What is this showing me right now? Somebody's copying me. Okay, that's showing me that I'm onto something. So let me focus on my vision and how I can expand on that. If somebody's testing your boundaries, okay, clearly I know what I stand for, and that's a really good testament to that. So let me be firm on my boundaries and who I am and what my values are. And just keep reminding yourself that being impulsive and emotional is only giving your power to whatever is testing you. You want to keep our power. Clearly, it's so strong, or you wouldn't be getting tested in the first place. Why not reacting and staying true to yourself matters, because this is how you're going to build confidence in your life. You're going to protect your peace and you're not going to be easily pulled into other people's chaos. You're going to stay aligned with yourself. I said it 1,000 times, but the more times you stand firm on your values, you're building confidence in yourself and you're trusting yourself. Tests are not here to break you, they're meant to strengthen you. So instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, see them as opportunities to grow. And this is what the most successful people do. Every time they're faced with a challenge, they're like, oh my God, let's go. Because I'm one step to getting to where I'm supposed to be. Every time you reinforce who you are and trust that it is always working out for you, you cannot mess up anything that is not for you. You become more confident and you're unshakable. Nobody can touch you. If you decide to respond negatively, what you're doing is you're essentially failing your test. And what's going to happen is the cycle is just going to repeat, and you're going to keep getting these same challenges over and over again until you figure it out. And a lot of times they come more intense and more intense the longer it goes on for. Just remember, if you're reacting from your ego, that's going to bring you down every single time. But when you choose to respond with grace, you're just aligning with your higher self. And it's keeping you on the path to be who you were meant to be.